they're getting ready to shoot out of this concrete pad. 5-second board spins around. Here we go.
Let's go racing, ladies and gentlemen. Thor MX1, the gate is down. And as we come into the first turn, who's it going to be? Looks like one of the KTMs by chance. Is it going to be
Daniel Banks with the whole shot?
Banksy and Ferris right there. So this smells trouble for everyone else. He's going to look to make a light work of Banksy, but runs a little wide there. Not the line he's expecting.
Carter,
is that Carter again with another rocket start?
Carter there in third position. I think that was Luke Clout there in fourth on the Kato as we look for them to head back down the hill. Geez, Daniel Banks is doing a pretty good job. Banksy, I think he gets these whole shots like once a year at one round, and he'll do good things at the start of the race. It's pretty impressive for a full privateer from SA. So we've got Ferris.
He's on the gas.
Yeah, Banksy's running from a pack of rabid dogs right now. He's trying to, he's doing his thing. Daniel Banks, he does a lot of coaching over there in SA, and he's a privateer by every definition of the word. Drives himself to the races, and I think he works a full-time job in between all that. So it's pretty awesome to see him leading one of the fastest riders in the world
it's actually
for half
Kirk
a lap.
Gibbs, the 5 machine was there, but they're behind Carter. So this is a very similar start. You take Banks out of the mix, very similar start to we saw in the last one. There's Ferris' straight line speed. We know his braking is just something else as he comes in there, makes light work of Banksy, and now Gibbs needs to find a way around Carter and Banks if he's going to have any chance of latching onto the #1 machine.
He really does need to go as soon as possible, because if you give Ferris a couple laps of track position, he's going to tick them laps off, he's going to sprint away, and he's going to make life very difficult for Kirk Gibbs to catch him. But I tell you what, how's Daniel Banks hanging? He's hanging tough with Dean Ferris. This is impressive stuff from Banksy.
There's a lot of privateers who are actually, well, not even just privateers, but a lot of the guys that have been on the bubble, they sit around that top 10. I'm talking about Tandy, Evans, Banksy's another one, chuck him in the mix. All it takes is maybe that 1 or 2 good starts, get a bit of the confidence, get a bit of the flow. I'm sure Banksy's not sitting there thinking, I'm about to pass Dino. I'm sure that's not exactly running through his head. But hey, I'm running here, I'm second in the pace, I'm holding the pace. Got the rest of the factory field behind me.
He's still in second. He's ticked off 1 lap in the book, and he's only lost 1 position to Dean Ferris. But I tell you what, Kirk Gibbs want to get a move on, because if he doesn't start to throw some hooks into the back of Dean Ferris real soon, it's going to be the Dino show like it has been over the past couple of seasons.
Carter even actually dropping the back of Gibbs there a little bit. It looks like Carter's going to go for a big, long, hard run down the outside. Can he make the job done? No, Banksy's still able to solidify that line.
I tell you, for Banks, if there's ever a track you want to get a whole shot and try to minimize the damage as far as fitness and the disadvantages of being a privateer, this is it. And he's making pretty good use of the track right now. And there's Carter, there is Clout, and there is Gibbs.
So Clout starting to mount a challenge now on Gibbs. So you were right earlier on saying that he was there. You got both of the factory Kato boys, all those different
line selections. And then there's Evans. So we've got the 2 factory KTM riders, then we've got the Raceline KTM behind him.
Is this a Davies Motorsport KTM?
No, Banksy's doing his own deal
just
now.
Full privateer?
Yeah, full privateer. Yeah. Banksy's running things from SA this year, and Gibbs is finally going to make the move on Banksy, add to Carter, and I think Banksy's about to get swallowed up by a few more guys. But what an impressive couple of laps for Daniel Banks as we see Reese Carter and Kirk Gibbs down the back straight. Here we go. Oh, did you see that hole that Gibbsy just hit? That was nearly feet off the peg stuff. 100+ kilometers an hour for these guys going down that back straight. Gibbsy's going to run the inside rut.